Hey everyone, 40 the Broadway Saiyan here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, bringing you guys another video on Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. In this video, we will be covering the return of Fran from Final Fantasy XII with the release of her upcoming lost chapters in Global Opera Omnia. There will be no reworks for this particular lost chapters, however, there will be a level 70 awakening for Fran. We will be seeing a banner for this lost chapters featuring the debut of Fran's EX weapon and the return of Ashe's EX weapon. Both weapons can be realized upon the release of this lost chapters. The returning bosses for this will be against the pair of Ankh beasts, which will be going over the Chaos version of this fight. Once again, huge thanks to Dissidia DB, the Tonberry Troop, and Safina's database for all of the information provided on this video. Without further ado, let's take a look at the upcoming Fran lost chapters in Global Opera Omnia. Fran was first introduced to Opera Omnia as a very powerful debuffer, having a stackable frame debuff that added an additional effect for each stack. She also possessed very high Brave Overflows on her skills, allowing her to deal as much HP damage as possible. While she is not receiving a rework with this lost chapters, her initial kit was already very strong. Her level 70 awakening unlocks her C65 ability called Whip Kick Recovery, which recovers one usage of her skill Whip Kick up to its initial value and also raises the party's physical attack by 15% for 4 turns. She also gains access to her C68 passive, which permanently increases the party's attack by 40%. This awakening has given Fran better longevity with the skill recovery and a great way to further increase the party's damage output. Recommended artifact passes for Fran are Attack plus 108 and Max Brave plus 330. Mysterious Vieira Boost 2-star is also a good option, but having more Max Brave on Fran can help her capitalize on her high Brave Overflows. With the release of this lost chapters, a banner will be featured having a rerun of Fran, Ashe, and Balthier's 15 and 35 CP weapons, a rerun of Ashe's EX weapon, and the debut of Fran's EX weapon. Both Fran and Ashe's EX weapons can be realized upon the release of this lost chapters. To find out if they are worth your gems and tickets, let's take a look what they do. Fran's EX weapon prior to its realization equips her with the EX ability called Shatter Heart, which is a 4-hit, non-elemental range AoE Brave plus AoE HP attack with a 360% Brave damage potency, 150% Brave overflow, 1.6 times increased Brave damage on a single target, split HP damage against multiple targets, and a 2-turn duration increase on her active unique buff called Aerial Archer. If 5 stacks of her unique debuff Vieira's Punishment is active, Shatter Heart changes into its plus variant, which increases the Brave hits to 6 and its Brave damage potency to 420%. Upon realizing this EX weapon, Fran receives the following upgrades. 0 out of 3 improves her EX ability Shatter Heart and its plus variant with a 400% Brave damage potency for the base, 480% Brave damage potency for the plus variant, now allows both versions to inflict 3 stacks of Vieira's Punishment on all enemies for 6 turns, and grants a new unique buff called Mist Perceiver for 8 turns, which increases the party's max Brave by 40% and lowers all enemy speed by 10%. 1 out of 3 permanently increases her own attack and max Brave by 30%. 2 out of 3 increases her EX ability's recast speed by 20%, allows her to start the battle with Aerial Archer and Mist Perceiver for 6 turns, and also inflicts 2 stacks of Vieira's Punishment on all enemies for 6 turns at the start of the battle. Finally, 3 out of 3 further upgrades her EX ability, allowing both versions to trigger 2 Brave plus HP attacks, increasing the Brave hits to 4 for the base and 6 for the plus, increases the Brave damage potency to 480% for the base and 600% for the plus, increases the Brave overflow on both versions to 200%, and allows her HP attack to change into HP attack plus plus while both Aerial Archer and Mist Perceiver are active. The E-type sphere unlocked from this weapon is called Full HP Break Hit Boost Down, which inflicts a 30% max Brave down on the target for 6 turns whenever the equipped character is at max HP and is breaking or attacking a broken target. Next, let's take a look at the realization for Ashe's EX weapon's return. Upon its realization, Ashe gains the following upgrades. 0 out of 3 improves her EX ability Maelstrom Bolt with a 500% Brave damage potency and now deals 50% HP splash damage to other targets. Her HP attack also changes to HP attack plus. 1 out of 3 permanently increases her attack by 60% and her max brave by 30%. 2 out of 3 allows her unique buff, Dynast King's Bloodline, to increase the base duration of any buff she grants by 3 turns. It will also allow her to start the quest with Dynast King's Bloodline for 7 turns and grants her a free ability usage on her very first turn. Finally, 3 out of 3 improves the Arc Blast portion of her EX ability with a 600% Brave damage potency, 50% splash damage to other targets, and allows her Brave and HP attacks to change into their ++ variants while Dynast King's Bloodline is active. The D-type sphere unlocked from this EX weapon is called Buff Success Attack All Long, which raises the party's attack by 5% for 6 turns when the equipped character is granting a buff. After seeing what both Fran and Ashe's EX weapons bring to the table, are they worth your hard-earned gems and tickets? Unless these two are your favorites, you're a newer player, or if you're lacking a strong debuffer, this banner is likely a pass. While Fran is the prize of the banner and has definitely been improved with her realization, there are already other characters you can count on in your roster that you already may have who can perform the role of a powerful attacker and debuffer. Ashe, on the other hand, more so received a decent upgrade with her realization, leaving the rest of her kit the same. She suffers from receiving this realization a little too late in the Chaos era, and unfortunately, this will also be the case for certain characters later on in Opera Omnia. All in all, the banner is decent, but can be passed on for much better banners that are coming in the future. Our final topic for this video will be covering the Chaos difficulty boss fight against the pair of Ankh Beast. Both of these bosses have no immunities, absorption, and resistances. They are weak to the Thunder element and have the standard chase value of 40. They switch between 2 stances, which are grounded and aerial. In their grounded stance, they can inflict defense down and speed down debuffs. They also have a very powerful attack called Awful Stream, which is a Brave plus HP attack. Be careful not to get broken during this attack, as it will likely KO that party member. Before going into their aerial stance, they will use Monarch's Disposition, granting themselves some very powerful framed buffs. In aerial stance, they can paralyze your party members and inflict very powerful AoE Brave damage on your party. They will, however, be weak to range Brave attacks in aerial stance. Bringing a Dispeller or a character who can steal buffs such as Balthier or Yuffie are great options to deal with this fight. Both Fran and Ashe, if you have them close to full realization, can be very effective as well. Because they have no resistances or immunities, you'll have more party options for this fight. However, it is more important to have someone who could deal with their frame buffs and a powerful tank to protect your party members. This concludes my video for Fran's upcoming lost chapters in Global Opera Omnia. Hopefully this video helps you guys out. This is 40 the Broadway Saiyan, signing out. Mahal, everyone.